If for the price we
Good afternoon and welcome to this afternoon's edition of our usual Bible studies. Beloved, this afternoon too, it is your friend and brother Prosper, to me an evangelist for the Church of Christ. Beloved, this afternoon I am privileged having you with me. The lesson we treated last week is what I would like us to proceed today. The theme to the lesson was God gave choice to all men as their power. God gave choice to all men as their power. Beloved, the topic of which we are treating is entitled The Gift of Choice. The Gift of Choice. May I take over the theme? God gave choice to all men as their power. God gave choice to all men as their power. Beloved, last week we got to know that in every decision making, in every decision we make, there are consequences. There are consequences on this earth and after this earth. Every decision or every choice we make on this earth has two things. It has consequences on this earth and hereafter. Beloved, so today, just as I promised last week, I would like us to look at the biblical proof that God gave man the power of choice. The biblical proofs that God gave man the power of choice. Beloved, going into the Bible, I would like us to go into the book of Genesis chapter 2, verse 16 and 17, and chapter 3, verse 6. So going into Genesis chapter 2, verse 16 and 17, we will hear that God commanded the man, the first man, and the first woman. God commanded them not to eat from a tree of knowledge of good and evil. God commanded the first man not to eat from a fruit of knowledge of good and evil. Over here, God has demonstrated that He would like man to make a choice out of two things. But He said man should not eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, but man should eat the fruit of life. So God has made it clear to man the consequences when man eats from the fruit of knowledge of good and evil. So here, there are two things lying in front of man to make a choice. And we had man made the choice of eating the fruit of knowledge of good and evil. Beloved, over here, God giving man the opportunity to make choice means that they had the power to obey or disobey. So to obey or disobey lies in the hands of man. Just as I said last week, God has not made man a robotic being, but God has given man the free will to make choice from whatever he has made or commanded man to do. Here it means that God expects man to always make choice, to always make his or her own choice. That was how God made man. Beloved, we heard that the first man and the wife, Adam and Eve, have made wrong choice. They have made wrong choice because they chose the tree of knowledge of good and evil ahead of the fruit of life. They chose the tree of knowledge of good and evil ahead of the fruit of life. Therefore, we hear that these people fell and God has disfellowshipped them from his own house where he kept them. God took them away from his abode. Beloved, you and I today, are we also going to make a choice like this man, like this first man who was created, Adam, and the wife? Are we also going to continue to make wrong choices only because God has given us the opportunity and privilege? The privilege God gave to every man is his power to make choice. Every man has been given the power to make choice in his own affairs and the affairs of God himself. God has not restricted man from anything, but because God wants obedience, he has made every man a free moral agent so that man will always make choice by themselves. Beloved, so in whatever situation and condition you find yourself, do not think that God is to make choices for you. Never think that God is to make choice for you. For instance, you are living at a place where you yourself don't feel comfortable. For instance, you have rented a place where you live, and everything in the place is not favoring you. Even though things are not favoring you, you are waiting for God to come from heaven to tell you that things are not favoring you there, and for that matter, you must live there. Beloved, this is abnormal. It will be abnormal of us if we begin to think like this. God will not come from heaven to take you out of a situation like this because he has given you the ability to make choice. And you know, even at all, if you don't know, today you have gotten that. He has given you the ability to make choice. Therefore, make a choice. If the thing is not favoring you, you yourself is to make that choice, not God making that choice for you. Not even your pastor or preacher or prophet or whatever making that choice for you, because you own your power to make choice for your own self. God is not even making a choice for you. You are to make choice for yourself. I told you before that anything that God has given you the ability to do, he will never come to your aid when you are supposed to do that thing and you ignorantly or whichever way decide not to do. God has given you strength to farm so that you can get food to eat. If you decide to live idle, not to farm, and you become hungry and you go to the bush or mountains to pray to God to provide you with food, God is not doing this because God has given you that ability to at least do something to find something to eat. Therefore, if you are waiting for God to solve or take you out of a situation like this, it means you are tempting God because He has given you this ability. God will only come to your aid when you have no strength in that particular situation. When your strength is finished, is ended in that particular situation. Beloved, because I have a limited time, I would like to end with you here by saying God has given you the power of choice. And for that matter, we have to do and make choices from whatever thing that may come our way. We have to think of what is good for us and make choices of them. I entreat that you continue to follow and listen to this lesson, such that at the end of it, we will know how to make good choices out of bad choices, or good choices ahead of bad choices. May the Lord be with us till we meet again. Thank you.